release from network control in 35 seconds from now.
I think you're overdoing the jogging, darling. I'm sure you'll damage yourself one of these days. It's 20 after, did you know?
That's why I turned on the radio.
Bob! It's 1/4 after! Time to get up! Bob!
Frank, I'll have to have the car this morning.
Oh, yes?
I have so much rushing around to do.
Well, you don't have so much rushing around this morning, do you?
I have to rush around every morning, but this is more hectic than usual.
Well, it so happens it's pretty damned inconvenient.
Yes, well, it's inconvenient for both of us, but I just can't manage without it.
Well, as long as that's perfectly clear. I mean, you're not the only one that has to rush around. I mean, there are times when I'm rushing around.
Yes, well, I'll get us some breakfast. You ought to get dressed.
I'm frequently rushing around.
Hello?
Hello? Who's this?
What?
Who am I calling?
Oh, good morning, Frank. This is Bob Phillips.
Good morning, Bob. I've asked everyone to try to get into the office a little earlier this morning. Tried to find you yesterday. What happened? Sneak off a little early, did you?
Yes, I had to meet someone.
Where? Or shouldn't I ask? Listen, Bob, can you try to make it in by 1/4 after?
I'll try.
I want the whole team there, full strength, right?
Right.
Oh, Bob,
Yes?
what do you know about Detweiler?
What do I know about what?
Detweiler, bright little fellow from accounting. Know him?
Oh, Detweiler, yes.
How do you rate him?
He's all right.
Good man, is he?
Fine as far as I know.
Good. Good. I'm frequently rushing around.
Good morning. Any coffee?
Just made it. It's on the stove. There's another letter from that woman. That's about 3 this week already.
On the stove?
What?
The coffee.
That's right. Help yourself. This is incredible. She's raised $1,500 just in coffee mornings among her friends. Isn't that incredible?
Maybe you ought to do the same thing here. Invite me along. That way I might even get a coffee.
It's on the stove.
Fine.
Darling? Darling?
Hello?
It would seem I have no clean shirts. Is this true? Am I right or am I wrong? No clean shirts, apparently. I have no clean shirts.
Well, darling, if you'd like to run upstairs again and look on the 3rd shelf down, I think you'll find no less than 3 shirts. All nice, clean, and still wrapped in cellophane bags from the laundry.
3rd shelf?
That's right.
What are they doing on the 3rd shelf?
Presumably lying there waiting for you to put them on.
What are they doing on the 3rd shelf? What's wrong with the 2nd shelf?
Nothing at all as far as I know, dear, but since 1967 your shirts have always been kept on the 3rd shelf down. They've not been kept on the 2nd shelf down since we moved from Allentown.
Allentown?
We weren't as well off in Allentown. If you remember, you had a smaller wardrobe.
I don't know anything about Allentown.
You go and look.
Why the hell does she have to drag Allentown into the conversation?
I see her hanging on with grim nostalgia to this empty cornflake box.
Did you get your coffee?
No, it seems you only made enough for one.
No, I didn't.
That's the impression I got from the percolator, anyway. I did toy with the idea of chewing the ground, but decided to make some fresh instead.
Is Benjamin awake yet?
I haven't heard him.
He's terrific these days. It used to be 4 o'clock, didn't it?
So I remember telling you at the time.
Oh, I got up now and then as well.
Now and then.
Frank, breakfast!
Did you want some breakfast? Is that what this is all about?
Not if you're rushed off your feet.
You know, considering the fact that you rolled in here at 2 o'clock this morning stinking drunk and I haven't said a word about it.
Till now.
I haven't said a word about it. I think it's really pretty nervy of you to stand around complaining there isn't any breakfast.
I'm not complaining.
Good.
What the hell have I got to complain about?
Frank, it's on the table!
Already?
Hello?
8:28 and 20 seconds?
What? Hello? Hello?
8:28 and 20 seconds.
Is that what it is? Someone on the radio just said it was 8:33.
Well, they can't both be right.
No.
Benjamin is now awake.
Is he crying?
No, just beating on the floor with his wet diaper.
He'll be okay for a few minutes. I'd better get your breakfast.
As I say, don't go out of your way.
Oh, shut up! Some woman called just now.
Woman?
Yes, told me the time and hung up.
Oh,
Aren't you supposed to call them?
usually. Was she abusive? Make any lewd suggestions?
No, she was a couple minutes fast.
Nobody I know.
I didn't think it would be.
It's perfectly fresh.
Just making sure. Always make sure first.
Yes, I've noticed.
Yes, this is fine. Good, fresh egg.
Good.
Very nice, very nice. Too bad you didn't get home till late last night.
Oh, why is that?
Well, with being... really no point in it, just sentimental. No, no, no.
Being what?
I don't know why. I always seem to get a little mushy over these things. I don't know why. Women are the ones who are supposed to get mushy, aren't they?
Mushy about what, darling?
Our wedding anniversary.
Oh, God.
Silly, isn't it?
Oh, God.
I bought some champagne, the kind you like.
You did?
Yeah, drank the whole bottle. Opened it up, let it breathe, tested it for the bouquet. Next thing I know, it's 11:30 and there's not a drop left. I thought, well, if she walks in now and sees I drank all her special champagne, she'll never forgive me.
That's all right. I got held up, I'm afraid.
That's what I thought. I thought you were held up. What was it? Another meeting? No, it couldn't have been another meeting because your Mrs. What's-Your-Name called and said you weren't there and where were you? And I remember telling her that I thought you must have been held up.
Mrs. Who?
What's her name? The one with the mustache.
Oh, God.
I had to get Benjamin up, put him in his chair. He's peeling the wallpaper in there. I think he's bored. We ought to find something to amuse him. Something elastic he can twang on. You know Amy Murchison? Sure, you know Amy Murchison. Amy Murchison gave her little boy an old bra of hers and a couple of tennis balls, and that kept him amused for hours. I don't like it, though. It's a bit Freudian, isn't it? Here you are.
What's this?
That's your breakfast. I made you a sandwich.
What sort of sandwich?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter?
It's all we seem to have.
You shouldn't have gone to all the trouble, you know.
Don't eat the damn thing then.
This toast's alright.
Perfectly.
Seems a little dry. A little dried out.
Why don't you dampen it then, darling?
Well, never mind. It was a beautiful thought anyway.
Don't you like peanut butter?
Not at 8:30 in the morning, I don't.
That's funny. Benjamin adores it.
Does he?
Yes, out of a spoon. He just can't seem to get enough of it.
Well, obviously I don't take after Benjamin. I'll put it next to the cornflake box, as a memento. I don't know what we're reading this for. If you've read one newspaper, you've read them all. There's a reporting here of this speech. Exactly the same speech they reported in yesterday's paper.
This is yesterday's paper.
Yesterday's?
I hadn't finished reading it.
Well, where the hell's today's?
I don't know. Outside, probably. Will you go check and see if Benjamin is all right? Please.
Toothbrush is on the fritz.
I'll
take a look at it after breakfast. The electric toothbrush, it's on the fritz.
Oh, is it?
Battery's weak, practically dead, nothing.
No.
Had to clean my teeth with a washcloth.
Your own, I hope.
Yes, the blue one.
That's the one for cleaning the tub.
Wee-oo, Benjamin poured prunes all over his head. Perhaps he prefers peanut butter. Wee-oo.
Where did you finally go then?
When?
Last night.
Oh, I got held up.
Oh, I see. Doesn't matter.
It's no secret. There's no secret about it.
Isn't there?
No secret at all.
Good.
More coffee?
No, thank you.
I don't know what you think. It's so damn funny.
I like the way he looks in prunes.
Oh, ha! You're a great help. A great help, aren't you?
You mustn't forget to give you your present.
Present?
Your anniversary present. You mustn't forget to give it to you before I go.
There's no need to rub it in, darling.
Oh, I didn't intend to. I didn't mean to rub it in.
Good.
Good Lord, no.
Where the hell were you last night anyway?
Me?
Where were you?
That's a funny question.
No, I'm sick of this. Other husbands tell their wives where they go. They don't just disappear and come rolling in at 2 o'clock in the morning. Other husbands are more considerate. I mean, here I am, stuck here all day with Benjamin, and you're out having fun and God knows what else, and here I am stuck here.
What's this got to do with anything?
He's your child as much as he is mine.
I believe you.
Well, where were you? I want to know, where were you?
Out.
Just out?
That's right.
Doing what?
Drinking, talking.
With who?
Why do you want to know?
Because I'm not an idiot, you know. I'm not a complete idiot. I mean, I'd be very stupid indeed if I didn't notice. Benjamin! If I didn't notice certain things that are going on in this house. Benjamin! All right. Just consider the fact that I'm not finished with you. Benjamin, you cut that out right now.
I think I'll get it for you anyway. The present?
Oh.
I caught him trying to swallow this spoon.
Really?
He could have choked easily.
I think he'd have stood a good chance.
You don't care. You don't care at all, do you? You don't care about me. You don't care about Benjamin. You just don't care.
What's wrong with you?
I don't think I can cope. I've just about had it, and I don't think I can cope anymore.
You do all right.
Everything's terrible. The house is a mess. I'm in a mess. Benjamin's covered in prunes. And then I read the papers and I feel more useless. You know that woman who raised that $1,500? She's got 3 children.
So what? She's probably got 15 in help.
3 children. Here's me with 1 and I can't cope. And she writes letters.
You write letters?
Nobody ever publishes mine though. I mean, there must be something I can do. Something worthwhile instead of just sitting here on my ass like a cow or something. You're never here.
I'm always here. Mostly.
Not when I need you, you're not. Not when I want to talk.
Here we are. Open your mouth, close your eyes, prepare yourself for a big surprise.
Thank you, darling.
Open it up, open it up.
Oh, all right. You do realize I've completely forgotten to get you anything, don't you?
That's all right, that's all right.
Oh, how nice. How very nice. Thank you, darling. Very thoughtful.
That's the kind you like, isn't it?
No, not really.
Oh, I see.
No, I just don't usually wear this one, darling. What a lovely, pretty bottle, though, isn't it?
Well, I can exchange it.
No, it's all right, darling. There's no need to bother. I'll just wear it around the house, that sort of thing.
I had some time getting that. You see, I couldn't remember the name, so I had this girl in the store opening up bottles, letting me smell each one. Then she started putting the stuff all over herself so I could smell her. Well, I got a little bit embarrassed, standing in the middle of a big store like that, smelling away at her like mad. People were starting to stare, because I was sniffing her all over. I must have thought I had some kind of fetish.
Thank you, darling. It was a lovely thought.
As a matter of fact,
What?
do you know who I was out with last night?
Who?
William.
William who?
William Detweiler.
William Detweiler? Oh, him. Yes, works in your office, doesn't he?
No, same firm, but different department.
Oh, I see.
Yes, I was out with him.
Doing what?
Oh, you know, drinking, talking.
I didn't know you and William Detweiler were friends.
Well, not really. We talk now and then.
Oh, I've only met him once, haven't I? Wasn't he at that awful office party?
That's right.
With his wife. What's her name?
Mary?
That's it. I remember they were awfully boring, weren't they? What did you want to ask him out for?
Well, he asked me really.
I cannot imagine you and William Detweiler had much in common.
We talked shop, mostly.
Till 2 in the morning?
That and other things.
I wish you would talk to me till 2 in the morning and other things. Do you want to know what I think? I think you're making all this up. I can't believe you were out with William Detweiler all that time.
Well, where else do you think I was then?
I dread to think.
Darling, crisis! We're on the bathroom stationary.
Oh, dear. Just a minute.
No, if you must know, William's a bit upset.
Why?
Well, it's all very complicated, but he thinks his wife is having an affair.
Mary?
That's what he thinks.
That seems very unlikely if I remember Mary.
Oh, I don't know, though.
She doesn't seem to be the type. She's a very twitchy girl. I can't imagine anyone running after Mary Detweiler.
She's not bad looking at all.
Oh?
Quite attractive, as a matter of fact, to a man.
Oh, really?
Not bad at all.
Does she turn you on?
Well, no, not personally, but I know a lot of other people she does.
Who's she having this thing with then?
William isn't sure.
I'm sorry. Oh dear, they haven't got any children, have they?
No, he's a great planner, William.
Oh, did you advise him?
Yes, I told him it would probably blow over.
See, that's what you usually do.
What was I supposed to say?
Well, sometimes things don't unless you do something positive. Sometimes you really have to do something. It isn't enough just to say, oh, Benjamin's ill, it'll blow over. The house is on fire, it'll blow over. Sometimes it isn't enough just to sit back.
What was I supposed to have done then?
He wanted advice. He came to you, God knows why, for advice.
You can't advise anyone in those circumstances.
Yes, you could have. If you had been a trained marriage counselor, you could have. I mean, the least you could do is tell him to talk to the poor woman, and maybe that'll help clear the whole thing up.
Hello?
Hello?
Sweetheart?
Hello? Yes, yes, just a wash and blow dry would be lovely.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were on the phone.
Darling, I wonder, would you be a lamb and get the car out into the driveway for me? I always break my nails or something.
Well, I was just looking for the screwdriver.
Bless you, darling. Hello? Yes, yes.
Has he gone?
Just about. Yes, can you talk?
Yes, just for a minute though, I'm on my way out.
Listen, do you know what last night was?
Marvelous?
It was my wedding anniversary, for God's sake.
Oh really? Congratulations.
Oh yes, it's a scream. I feel terrible about it.
Bob!
Yes?
What?
Get up!
Listen old buddy, I would just divide the whole third by 2 figures.
You hit the washcloth.
Is she there?
Yes.
You would not believe what that child of yours has done with an entire jar of honey.
As you were saying?
Listen, point is Frank's getting very curious about where I was last night.
That's funny, same thing here.
What do I tell him?
You were out with a friend.
No, he knows practically everyone. It's too risky.
Look, I've got to go in a second.
But you haven't told me what I'm going to say.
I don't know.
What did you tell Terry then?
That I ran into someone.
Who?
William Detweiler.
William who?
Detweiler. He works in the accounts department at the office. Anyway, he's married to Mary Detweiler.
Oh yes, I remember them. What made you think of them?
They're safe, obscure. Anyway, it's the first name that popped into my head.
Go on, what?
Well, their marriage is breaking up.
Really? I didn't know.
No, not really. That's just the story. But since it's all very secret, no one's to say a word.
You mean she fell for a line like that?
Why not?
Bob! Come and look at this!
Coming! Look, I've got to go. Say what you'd like.
But what about...
Bob!
Bob!
What?
What?
Oh! Have you taken the car out?
No, it's still in the driveway. You never did put it away last night.
How silly of me.
As a matter of fact, only 2 of the wheels are in the driveway. The other 2 are in the front lawn.
You must go.
Yes, I was... Have you seen that screwdriver?
Screwdriver?
You know, for screwing things?
You don't want to do that now, dear.
You might as well do it now as later. I don't want to spend the whole evening sitting in the bathroom with a screwdriver trying to take the end off this toothbrush.
Have you tried the toolbox?
Toolbox?
In the laundry room.
Oh, that toolbox. Is that where you put it? I wondered where it went to. The other day I was looking for the hammer.
You'll have to hurry.
Bob!
What is it?
Bob! Don't you think I'm right? That if William and Mary could just get together.
Look, forget about William and Mary and help me find my shoe.
I haven't seen it.
We're not supposed to do anything about it. You're not supposed to know anyway.
What kind of shoe?
The same as this one, only pointing the other way.
I don't know why you think I'm the one who should know where it is.
I think you might know where it is for the same reason I found this file of last year's estimated growth figures in the bread box. If you take a minute and stop worrying about other people's problems and tried to straighten up this place, you'd be making a very valuable contribution to world peace.
Stop fussing, it's all right, I found it.
Well, it might be a novelty.
I'm sorry, I don't know where it is.
Well, never mind. Maybe if I walk sideways, no one will notice.
None here, no screwdriver in here.
I didn't think there would be, darling.
You distinctly said
Those are the shoe brushes.
shoe brushes. What are they doing in my toolbox?
Come in here and I'll show you.
What are shoe brushes doing in my toolbox?
What's this then?
Oh, well, there it is.
What the hell was it doing in there, for crying out loud?
Oh, I think I gave it to Benjamin to play with last night.
Why must he play with my shoes? For God's sake, why don't you buy him some toys? What's this?
Oh, that's his ball. He loves playing tennis with your shoes.
Tell him to buy his own goddamn shoes. Why must he play with my clothing?
Honestly, the way you talk about him sometimes terrifies me. You're supposed to be his father?
Look, Terry, I'm late for a meeting. Now do me a favor, go around very slowly and try to straighten up the stump, will you?
Oh, that's lovely. Here I am, stuck here all day long, day after day with that child.
And here's $20, 20 whole dollars. Now go mad. I want you to go out to the nearest grocery and buy some food. Not just jars of peanut butter, but real food.
Go on, get out.
And another thing, wash that child, will you? He's had enough food plastered to his face to feed a family of 4.
Go on, get out. You're no help. You're no help at all, are you? Hello, is this Mary Detweiler? This is Teresa Phillips. I don't know if you'll remember me, but yes, that's right. Look, Mary, I know this is sort of out of the blue, but Bob and I were wondering if you and your husband would like to come over for dinner some night. Well, what about tonight? Oh, are you? Well, what about tomorrow then? You're free? Wonderful, let's make it tomorrow. Friday. Oh, I don't care. What is good for you? 8 o'clock? Yes. Yes, so am I. Goodbye.
Did you get it?
Not yet. You have to be careful with these things or you can give yourself a nice shock. Ah.
Good work, dear.
No, it came apart. Typical modern workmanship. Came apart in my hands.
Darling, you've unscrewed the wrong end. The batteries go in there.
I'm useless. Absolutely useless. Hat. Umbrella. Toothbrush. I want to drop this off at the garage. Have them take a look at it. Just back here.
Leave that now, dear. Have you got your briefcase?
Yes, it's in me. You know, if you told me the name of your stuff, I could make them exchange it.
Now do hurry.
Yes. Oh, good God, yes. Where the hell is my...
In the hall.
Good show on television last night, by the way. You'd have loved it.
I'll get your briefcase.
It was about this fella who... Well, there were 2 of them at first, but one had a pulled muscle and had to drop out. Anyway, the other fella made a go of it alone. Damn near made it, too.
Here you are.
No, that's right. There were 3 of them at first. One had the pulled muscle and the other one. What the hell happened to the other one? No, there was only one left at the end. Oh, he died. That's it.
Off you go. Off you go now.
He died, leaving the other fella to make a go of it alone.
Bye-bye, darling.
Yes, bye-bye. Nice to see you. Say, whatever happened to you last night? You never did tell me, did you?
Didn't I?
No, I was a little confused because I thought I heard you say you were going to that meeting. But then this thing calls and says you haven't been there, and well, I got a little worried.
No, well, actually, I decided to skip that board meeting for once and hurry home. I was on my way, and who should I run into but Mary Detweiler.
Mary Detweiler. Who's Mary Detweiler?
She's William Detweiler's wife, darling. Isn't he with your company?
Yes, he is. I didn't know you were friendly with her.
Well, we hardly, I mean hardly at all, Just one of those dreary office parties, that's the only time.
Well, you certainly made a night of it, I must say.
Yes, well, now darling, this is all terribly secret. You mustn't breathe a word to anyone.
What is?
Promise?
Of course. What?
Well, Mary is terribly upset.
Why?
I'm just telling you.
I'm sorry, dear.
Putting it all in the crudest possible terms, she's pretty sure William has another woman.
Another one?
An affair, darling. A love affair.
You're kidding. You're pulling my leg. For heaven's sake. Detweiler?
Yes.
Good grief. This is shattering. Appalling.
Yes, well, Mary was terribly upset, of course, and for some reason she chose to pour it all out to me. But you mustn't say a word, dear.
Of course. Well, I have to say I'm absolutely appalled by this.
Yes, well, we hardly know them, but all the same.
That's beside the point. Whether we know them or not is beside the point.
It is why.
Well, there's something you don't know. I didn't tell you. Detweiler's coming into my department.
Is he?
We're expanding, so he's coming with us. It's a key job, but he won't be able to do it if he's doing all this carrying on. Is this wife of his sure for facts?
I believe she is. Yes, of course she could possibly be wrong.
But if she's upset enough about it to talk to a comparative stranger until God knows when in the morning.
Tell me, does Bob Phillips know of this appointment?
Bob Phillips. No. Why?
I just thought, being that he's in your department.
Oh, no, no, no. You can't announce these things prematurely. It's a top-level decision. I'm announcing it this morning. I thought I had this with me. Have we got two of these things? My God. This is going to be embarrassing tonight, isn't it?
What?
I mean, I had no idea at the time
What?
that the Detweilers. Oh! Now I know. Now I know. Now I know what it was I was thinking when you didn't get home till late. I remember thinking, son of a gun. I remember thinking, I mustn't forget. I remember thinking.
Darling, what are you trying to say?
I've invited the Detweilers over to dinner.
Tonight?
Yes.
Oh, that's out of the question.
You're not going out again, are you?
Yes, I may be.
Well, can't you cancel it? Where are you going?
Nowhere. No, I'm not going out.
Oh, fine. Sure you'll manage. Sure you will. Do I need a coat?
You've got one on.
Yes. Right. Dinner at 8. Bye.
Bye. What's that, dear?
Toothbrush. Forgot the toothbrush, didn't I? Where did it go?
In the wastebasket. I'm afraid I threw it away.
Caution this time.
Hello?
Now, where is the...
What's the matter, dear?
Can't
Hello?
seem to see it anywhere.
What?
Hello? Who is this?
Darling, what are you looking for?
The thingamajig.
Hello? Look, if you're one of those callers, you'd better hang up right now.
You didn't throw that away too, did you?
Throw what away?
I'm warning you, my husband is very strong. He's a professional wrestler. He has a very bad temper, and we also have dogs. Enormous dogs.
Darling, what are you looking for?
Screwdriver.
And you too.
Ah, it's all right, darling. I've got it. Don't panic. Got it.
Bye-bye, darling.
Yes, bye-bye. Oh, did I tell you? Dinner at 8. Bye.
Dinner at 8. Avocado.
Can of chicken broth.
Veal.
Chopped chuck.
Endives.
Brussels sprouts.
Sour cream.
Frozen French fries.
Zabaglione.
Jello.
Chablis.
Booze.
Coffee.
Hello, darling.
Hello.
Rotten night, you know. Absolutely rotten.
How are you?
Thank God it's Friday, that's all I can say.
Bet I know what you'd like.
What?
An ice-cold beer in a specially chilled flask.
Yes.
Pouring. Absolutely pouring.
Make me a drink, will you, dear? You did say 8 o'clock, didn't you?
More or less, I think.
I mean, if they arrive any earlier, I'm just not going to be ready, that's all.
Terrific downpour tonight. Terrific.
I know, and that back drain's overflowing again as a result.
Is it? Oh well, I'll get out back and give it a few pokes with a coat hanger.
I don't think your little pokes are very effective, darling. Last time I looked, it was nearly up to the windowsill.
Here we are.
Thank you, darling. Lovely. You know, I don't know how I got through today. I really don't. Do me a favor, dear. If you're going to spring these surprise dinner parties on me, please don't do it on a Thursday again. It's one of my busiest days.
Well, you're pretty busy every day. What's so special about Thursdays?
Well, for one thing, the Planned Parenthood meeting.
Oh yes, I forgot they planned on Thursdays.
Anyway, I hope these people are going to be worth it.
Oh, I think so. He's a nice enough fellow, and you know her, of course.
Do I? Oh, yes. Only slightly. And remember, dear, we're not going to mention anything about that, are we? About William and...
Oh, good God, no. I strongly advise you not to mention it.
Fine. No confrontations then.
No need.
Terry!
Coming.
What's all this for?
Oh, I'll tell you in a second.
If you've invited your mother over.
No, he's a decent enough fellow, Detweiler. Has a peculiar hobby, though. Don't know what it is. Wears boots for it. Keeps them on top of his filing cabinet.
Terry, who is coming?
Wait.
Great big boots. Don't know what he uses them for, but it isn't mountain climbing, I'll tell you that.
Who is coming over?
Here you are. The sugar's in it.
What happened to the beer?
We don't have any.
And who have you invited over for dinner tonight?
I wish you wouldn't shout. I just got Benjamin off to sleep.
Terry, I'm asking you. Who?
Well, the Detweilers, actually.
I see.
And it's not hiking either.
And now we have an entire evening ahead of us. We have an entire goddamn boring evening ahead of us just because you have nothing better to do with your time.
I have plenty.
Then mind your own business.
If you had an ounce of
I'm
sensitivity.
sensitive enough to know when people want to be left alone.
Well, it's too late now. They're coming.
Tell you something else. Whatever he does in those boots, he doesn't take his wife with him. I know that. Goes off on his own, which either means it's dangerous, or else it's tied up in all this other business. Do you think this is a possibility? He uses those boots to tramp off and see this other woman. Maybe she lives in a marsh or something. Which would explain why he keeps them in his office. He doesn't want his wife to see them. See?
Darling, I wish you'd look at that back drain before it gets too late. And I've got to get ready.
Yes, I'll just go and get that coat hanger. You haven't moved it, I hope.
No, it's in back, but I'd go out the front door. It's knee-deep in the yard.
Well, if you don't hear from me, call the Coast Guard.
Where are you going?
If I'm expected to spend an evening of those two, I'm entitled to a drink.
I bought some.
Oh, Jesus.
The man at the liquor store guaranteed it was.
I'm going out.
You can't.
Watch me.
For how long?
As long as it takes.
Bob.
It depends.
Bob! You can't just walk out. They'll be here any minute. Bob!
Nobody here?
Funny.
Strange.
We're not early, are we?
No, of course not.
Hello?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Just to let them know we're here.
Well, we can wait quietly. Don't have to shout it around. They'll be here when they're ready, I suppose.
Table set.
Oh, yes?
We're expected anyway.
Yes, well, of course.
I feel awful walking into their house like this.
Now, don't start to get nervous. There's nothing at all to get nervous about. Just stay calm. Sit down if you'd like.
Oh, I won't sit down. I just...
Did you take your pill?
Yes.
Good. Now you just have to be natural. You don't have to put on an act. There's no need.
It's just, I can never think of anything to say.
You don't have to if you don't want to. Nobody's asking you to say anything unless you feel you want to.
Darling! Oh! Good heavens, you're here! Hello!
Hello. Sorry to surprise you, but we rang a couple times. Didn't get an answer. The door was unlocked, so we...
Oh, well, yes, that was very sensible of you. Frank must have left it open. He's cleaning out our drains. Heavens, you're soaked. Let me take your coat.
Quite a downpour.
Yes, what a downpour. And how are you, Mary?
Fine, thank you.
Sinus. She's had a little sinus trouble. But it's much improved, isn't it, Mary?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I'll just put this in the hall, let it dry out. Then we can all have a cocktail.
Charming. Very charming woman.
I don't like cocktails.
Well, just ask her for a small glass then.
But they give me terrible indigestion.
Then ask her for a stinger. You enjoyed the stinger you had at Bertha's at Christmas.
No, I didn't. Bertha just kept giving them to me. I didn't like them at all. Shall I ask her for a tonic?
No, you can't ask her for your tonic. People don't drink tonic, not before dinner.
Well, what shall I say?
I've put it by the radiator, should be dry in no time. Now, what are we all going to have? Mary, what would you like? Martini?
Well, I...
Dry or very, very dry?
Thank you very much.
Good. Very, very dry. William?
Same again, please.
3 very, very dry.
Very nice room.
Thank you.
Very nice, very tasteful.
Frank is absolutely delighted you're joining the department. He speaks so highly of you, awfully highly.
Pleased to hear it.
Here we are, Mary.
Thank you.
Well, I suppose we drink to your new job then, William.
Well, thank you.
Cheers then.
Bottoms up.
Oh dear, all right.
Thank you. All right.
You're absolutely miraculous with figures, apparently.
Yes, I've always been interested in them. Seem to come naturally.
In that case, I think you're so clever. I'm afraid I'm hopeless. I can't even add up the shopping list. Then I'm afraid we women are all like that, aren't we?
Yes.
Yes.
I have to keep an eye on Mary's accounts.
Lucky you, Mary.
Yes.
Mary, please, sit down. Now, what have you all been up to then? Anything interesting?
No. No.
Well, it's been pretty dull all around for everyone, hasn't it? I mean, I think these things go in phases, don't they? You have an exciting time of year, and then all of a sudden you get a dull time of year. I don't know why that should be at all, do some reason. Must have something to do with the season of year, I suppose.
Ah.
In the winter, you can always go out, can't you? But then you get to winter on a day like today, and you can't really do anything. Now can you? You're just stuck indoors all day, wishing you could get out. Only you can't. Listen, I think I really ought to dash out and drag Frank in. It's not fair for him to miss all the fun, isn't it?
She's very elegant, isn't she?
Oh well, she's used to this sort of thing. Mr. Foster must give dozens of this sort of informal dinner parties. She's used to entertaining people.
Oh, I don't think I could ever.
Oh, yes you will. Yes you will. You'll see. We'll have to start doing this sort of thing soon, you know.
Oh, I hope we don't.
Well, people will expect it. You just can't accept invitations and not return them. But don't worry, you'll find yourself enjoying this sort of thing as much as she does. You'll see.
Suppose. What's that?
The bell.
Who is it?
Somebody wanting to get in.
Who?
Go have a look.
Do you think I should?
Go on.
Hello! You're here.
Hello, Terry.
Hello.
This is very unusual, the guests letting the hostess in.
Very unusual.
That's all right.
We rang the bell. Thought you must have all died.
No. Bob's out at the moment. He's just popped out. And I've been out too, getting some air. I forgot my key. Will you excuse me? I must check and see if Benjamin is all right.
How is he?
Who?
Benjamin?
Oh, big, fat, and spoiled. No, actually, he's terrific, but we don't tell him that or he'll get conceited, like his father.
Are you sure you got the telephone message right?
How do you mean?
She doesn't look exactly ready to entertain.
No, Friday night. I remember. She wanted us to come last night, only we couldn't because we had to go to the Fosters.
Sorry, take your coat, can I?
Sweater.
What?
Take off your sweater.
My, that's lovely. It certainly is lovely. Oh, I'm sorry.
I think I'd better wash my hands.
Well, at least the weather's better than last night. Wasn't it terrible?
Oh yes, we were caught in it.
Were you? Oh, yes, how did that go?
What's that?
Your dinner with the big man, how did it go?
Very pleasant evening.
Yes, isn't Frank the sweetest old thing?
Oh yes, he's very, very nice.
And how is the fabulous Fiona?
I found her very charming indeed.
Yeah, she's certainly that. What did you think, Mary? Have you met her before?
Only once. At the party, I thought she was quite nice.
I just think she gets along better with the men. I'm sorry, I think she's a bitch.
Oh, come now.
Can I have a peep at Benjamin?
Certainly, but do you mind waiting until he's really asleep? Otherwise, he'll be up all through dinner. I know him.
All right.
Please, sit down. Make yourselves comfortable. I won't be a minute.
Sit. 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 They could really make this room into something if they put their minds to it.
I think Terry's looking awfully tired.
Get it all repapered, touch of paint, make all the difference.
I wonder where Bob's gone.
Gone out, didn't she say?
That's what she said. I wonder why she invited us.
For a meal.
She never has before. We hardly know her, really.
I don't know what you're going on about.
What are you doing?
Doing?
Why are you...
Nothing. Nothing at all. Just wondering where the whereabouts of their... and that's all.
I don't know. I've not been here before.
Should old acquaintance be forgot? Darling, I thought you said Hansel and Gretel were here.
Oh, hello, Mr. Foster. Have met my wife, Mary. Mr. Foster.
Of course we've met.
How do you do?
One of those orgies, Christmas orgies at the office.
Glad you remember me.
That's me, you see. Always remember the good-looking women, never their ugly husbands. As a matter of fact, let you in on a little secret. Everybody thinks I promoted your husband because he's the best man at his job. That's not the real reason. I'm after his lovely wife. Boat drinking? I think I'll join you. Pardon my socks. I've been out in a hurricane trying to open up a train. I put on some boots. Boots. Gave a few jabs with a coat hanger, came back in, and somebody stole my shoes.
Stole them?
Well, I wouldn't say stole them, moved them.
I'm always losing things.
God love you.
I'm always having to go around finding things for her.
So's my wife. She's always complaining. Can I get you a refill?
Thank you.
Mary?
Oh, no, thank you.
Haven't put a dent in that yet. Want something else? Scotch, bourbon, Manhattan?
Oh, no, really.
What else have we got?
Excuse me. Do you think I could just...
Of course. Sit down. Make yourself at home. Now then, let's see. Orange juice, ginger ale, soda, tonic.
Oh, well,
Tonic?
yes.
You got it.
Thank you.
We're just saying what a nice room this is.
Room?
Yes.
Oh, I suppose it is. But then, I've seen it before, haven't I? Here we are.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, then.
Cheers.
Excuse me. I'd like to say something to you both, and you can take it as you will. My wife and I, well, we've been married. Well, it was our anniversary yesterday. For God knows how many years. And there are times when acrimony creeps in. In other words, we drive each other up the wall. And it is at times like this that I say to myself, Frank, it's better than nothing. And the older you get, the better it is, and the bigger the nothing. So my advice is, stick it out. Stick it out. Don't do things now that you're going to regret when you're too old like me to want to do them anymore. And that's all I have to say on the matter. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, hello. Is Frank looking after you all right? Dinner won't be long.
Oh good, I'm starved. I think we all are.
Good. Frank, you left your shoes on top of the stove. I thought you might need them. Now, what have you all been talking about then? Anything interesting?
No, just chatting.
Chatting. Yes! Well. Won't be too long now.
Thank you, dear.
Excuse me. Do you think I could just go up and wash my hands?
Of course. Better give you the directions. Better explain the geography to you. Oh, thank you. Just a loose bow, if you will. Well, you go up one flight, there's a door on your left. You pass that. Then you pass the door that's straight ahead of you as well. Now, if you sort of follow the hall, which tends to double back on itself, if you see what I mean. The first door on your left, after you pass that, is the guest room. Ready for the other one, are you? If you want the bathroom, it's nearly diagonally opposite, on your right.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, it's a little difficult to flush, by the way, but don't panic. You see, we're away all summer, and the hard water tends to lead to the corrosion of that thing that's hooked to the wire that's attached to the plunger inside the tank where the water is. Right. My dear, a lot of men go through this sort of thing, but it blows over.
It does.
Invariably. Now, if you're ever in any sort of trouble, and you know the sort of trouble I mean, please feel you can come and talk it over with me or my wife. I will try and pretend William isn't going to be a great asset to our department, and it's my job, insofar as it's possible, to see he's happy. But that includes you too, my dear.
Thank you.
You see, my wife filled me in about you.
She did.
Oh yes, we don't have any secrets between us. She told me all about your little meeting.
What meeting?
Last night?
I didn't go to any meeting.
No, you're meeting with her.
I was home last night. William was away.
Home?
Watching television.
But I thought my wife said she... Television? Did you see the program about
Oh,
three
yes.
men?
Peculiar, wasn't it?
I found it on the first try.
Good for you.
While I was in there, I took the liberty of easing the pin on your ball cock.
As long as you enjoy yourself. Look, I'll just duck into the kitchen and see if the wife needs a hand. While I'm gone, you two feel perfectly free to talk. You know something? You're just a couple of silly kids. I've got a good mind to bang your heads together.
Hasn't Mr. Foster got a great sense of humor?
William,
Yes.
he was just saying something very peculiar.
What sort of thing?
Well, I don't know, but he seemed to be saying...
What?
No, it's silly.
I'm afraid I have no idea what you're going on about. You're being more incoherent than usual tonight, Mary.
I've been trying to get everything ready. I don't know what's happened to Bob.
Can we help, Terry?
No, thank you. I think I've done most of it now. Oh, I tell you what, if you're feeling strong, William...
Oh, yes, of course.
Have you gotten Benjamin up to sleep?
Oh, yes, he's all right now. Not a sound out of him. You wanted to take a peek, didn't you?
Oh, could I? I'll be very quiet.
That's all right. Once he's off, he's off. Through the kitchen, and you'll find it.
Thank you.
Can you manage?
Oh, yes, I've opened one or two in my time. I can tell you.
I can't imagine. That's where Bob is.
Where?
In a bar.
I've heard he enjoys a drink. He's usually at the bar with that crowd from the office at lunchtime. I've seen them all go in there.
You don't drink at lunch then?
No, I'd be fast asleep. No, as a matter of fact, I drink very sparingly altogether.
How did you survive with Bob the other night then?
Other night?
On that binge you both had.
Binge? When was this?
A couple of nights ago. When was it? Wednesday.
Not Wednesday. I was in Baltimore on Wednesday.
Baltimore?
Yes. First Wednesday of every month, I spend the night. Visit our branch there.
Baltimore!
Anything wrong?
Have you ever been out for a drink with Bob?
No, I said I was in the...
Have you ever discussed your marriage with Bob at all?
Discussed it? How do you mean?
Talked to him about it in detail. I think that you know what I mean, William.
Certainly not. No, I don't believe
Thank
it.
you. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you very much. Well, that's it. As far as I'm concerned, that's it.
What's it?
That is it. Up his.
Be easy now.
I'm going to get the dinner. I'm going to be absolutely, madly, permissively modern. I'm going to serve up the food, and then, in the absence of our Lord and Master, who is probably groveling on the floor with some topless waitress by now, we will all sit down and have a marvelous gourmet dinner.
Isn't he Daddy.
Oh, you mean the same squat, piggy little face?
Oh no, I didn't.
Same nature too. Screams for whatever he wants till he gets it. He'll be a real charmer when he grows up, just like his father. That son of a bitch!
What's wrong?
Something very wrong, I'm afraid.
What?
I don't know. Something to do with Baltimore.
Baltimore?
And Bob's drinking. Then she took his dishes and threw them in the kitchen.
Maybe the dinner's burnt.
No, it's more serious than that.
Oh.
At last! You must have thought we'd all gone to bed or something. Now, Mary, I put you there and William there. Now do sit down. Frank's just digging us up something to drink. Now, I hope you all like avocado. I know some people loathe them. Now, this is all going to be terribly informal, so please don't expect anything elaborate. If I've forgotten to give you anything, don't hesitate to ask. At the rate Frank's going, he'll probably join us for coffee. But please, do start.
Can we help, Terry?
No, I have everything under control, I think. Just help yourselves. Please help yourselves. Can you smell it?
What?
Burning! Burning!
Soup, William? Soup, William?
Yes, thank you.
What are you doing?
It smells of air freshener.
No, it doesn't.
Definitely air freshener.
We'll try and eat it. She's gone to a lot of trouble.
You know what happens to my stomach with badly cooked food.
Yes, dear, I know.
Whoever put this cork in did a good job. Been dancing around the kitchen trying to get it out. Now then, what have we got here?
Avocado. You've had it before.
Yes, I know I've had it before. Didn't recognize it, that's all.
That stove! That damn stove! I have asked Bob 100 times. Well, I'm not waiting for him. He can damn well starve to death.
Terry, is anything the matter?
Matter? Matter? Good heavens, no. Come on, let's enjoy ourselves. Eat up.
Right. This looks delicious.
William,
Yes, thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this soup. I stood over it for hours. I put practically everything into it I could lay my hands on. Benjamin helped me with it a little bit.
Aren't you having any?
I couldn't face it just at the moment. Don't mind me. I'll just get drunk.
This doesn't taste like avocado at all to me. It tastes like canned pineapple.
Darling, if you're going to complain, the best thing to do is not to eat it.
Oh, no, I'm not complaining. I like canned pineapple better.
How is it?
Very
Delicious.
unusual.
I can't resist it. I'm going to have to give it a try. It tastes like antiperspirant. Doesn't it taste like antiperspirant to you? It must.
Oh, no,
Yes,
it
it
doesn't.
does.
Oh, then what the hell are you eating it for? Here, let me pour it back. Well, that's that. End of the meal. Well, never mind. There's always the wine, isn't there? I mean, the least we could do is behave like civilized human beings. I don't know about you two, but I'm going to enjoy myself. I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away.
What's next, dear?
Oh, just a little Danish dish.
Is she pretty?
No, dear, it's veal and pork.
Oh, I suppose we'll recognize her when we see her then. Speaking of recognizing things, we had a little fellow in the office once. Perkins, was it? No, it was Porter. Porterhouse, some name like that.
Darling, do eat.
No, Carter, that was his name. Billy Carter. Anyway, he came from somewhere down south and he had the most terrible life. Now, it was just before the office Christmas party, and the boss, but Mrs. Carter, that was not her name.
Darling, we are all simply panting for our second course.
Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Thank you, Mary. William, did you ever hear that very funny joke about the wife who came home unexpectedly and found her husband in bed with the babysitter?
I don't believe we ever did.
Well, there they both were, you see. Him and this girl.
Terry, do you think I could?
And they're humping away on the bed, you see. And the wife just stands there and says,
Isn't that the bell?
the wife says, let it ring. She says to her husband very sweetly,
I think that's the bell.
let it ring. She says to her husband terribly sweetly,
Darling,
you can practice till you're blue in the face, but you'll never get it right.
William, what's humping?
Mary!
Fraser! That was her name. Mrs. Fraser, that's it.
Well done, darling. I'll just get the rest. Now sit still, Mary. I can manage.
Anyway, I forgot what I was telling you.
The boss is organizing this office Christmas party.
Right. And Mrs.
Mrs. Fraser.
Fraser. No, I have a feeling her name wasn't Fraser either.
Mrs. Carter?
No, Carter, that wasn't it. I'm thinking of someone else.
Darling, you really are becoming awfully tedious.
I think I better get that.
It's entirely up to you, Bill. I'm not answering anything. I'm going to enjoy my dinner.
It's Bob. He looks a little...
Hail, hail, the gang's all here. What the hell do we care? What the hell do we care? Oh, all feeding our faces, are we? Filling ourselves with goodies? Lucky you. Ta-ra-ra, boom-de-ay, ta-ra-ra, boom-de-ay. There's Mary the Mouse. Hello, Mary the Mouse. How are ya?
Hello, Bob.
Well then, how have things been going? Sit down, William. Don't mind me. All been telling each other dirty stories?
Yes, I've heard some very dirty stories, thank you.
Good, I thought you might. I thought you'd heard that out sooner or later.
Well, I did.
Good.
More to come.
Are you sure you can manage?
Yes, thank you, William. Frank will give me a hand, won't you, Frank?
What? Oh yes, you should have told me.
I don't have to tell you, surely. It's fairly obvious. You can surely see me staggering in and out, laden with dishes.
All right. Who's for beer then? Huh? Mary?
Oh, no, thank you, Bob.
William, I know you'll have one.
No thanks, Bob. Got the wine thing.
Bob,
Come on, have a beer.
Bob, we're having dinner. Either sit down or shut up.
Why should I shut up? I'm just offering her friends a drink, that's all.
I'm warning you. I'll throw something.
Oh good, they'll enjoy that. I've seen her throw a plate of spaghetti once at a wall at 20 paces. You don't believe me? I've seen her do it. Right, 4 beers it is then.
Darling, do stop fussing. They're not that hot. I think this has turned out all right. I hope so.
Smells a bit off to me.
Darling.
All right, here we are. Mary, one for you.
Oh, no. Really, Bob.
Bob, she doesn't want any.
Well, she's hiding it whether she likes it or not. I can't sit here drinking alone. It's goddamn unsociable.
Now listen, Bob, I don't think you
Oh,
should.
shut up.
You really are a son of a bitch, aren't you? A rude, drunken son of a bitch.
William, you know it's absolutely terrible having a husband with no palate.
Oh dear, I'm so sorry.
If I want to stay here, I'll stay here.
That's why Frank doesn't really enjoy these occasions.
Oh yes, I do. I'm enjoying it very much.
Oh yes, so am I.
I'm warning you, Bob.
Terry, I don't think you should.
Bob!
Go on then, I dare you.
Hey, you interrupted my story about Mrs. What's-her-name. Now then. She's put in charge of the refreshments for the office Christmas party. And what do you think she served us? Take a guess. Give up linguine with clam sauce. What do you think of that? Christmas office party. Everybody falling down drunk, holding plates of linguine.
Is anything the matter?
Terry, I don't think this is acceptable.
Chairman of the board got it all over his shoes. And then he turns on this woman. Mrs. Taylor, that's it. And he says, now let me get this right. He says, bitch! Well, he really let her have it. And then Mrs. Taylor, who's drunk herself by then, says, how does she put it now?
God damn you!
I know what she said.
Keep away, Bob! Keep away, I'm warning you!
She says, now let me get this right. She says,
Bob!
Terry!
No!
that's right. Mrs. Taylor says, you're wet.
Oh, very good.
No, you're wet.
Oh dear. There must be a trip.
You haven't left the shower on again.
Of course not. Anyway, he's not standing under the shower. He's under the other place.
Terry! Terry! Home again, eh? Wouldn't kindly old mother shelter Little Red Riding George from the big bad wolf?
Hello.
Come in, do come in.
Thank you.
A little chillier this morning, don't you think? Though it may warm up later. Don't like the look of those clouds though, do you? Could rain, don't you agree? Or even, snow. What can I do for you? Come in, sit down.
Thank you.
Can I do anything for you?
I just wanted a word with Terry.
She's not here.
Will she be back?
That's not likely. All the signs seem to indicate she's gone for good.
Oh, I see.
Yes, she's walked out before, you see, but I've been making a quick inventory, and this time she seems to have taken quite a comprehensive collection of essential items. One nightie, one toothbrush, at least 2 sets of underwear, a long playing record of Aaron Copland's Fanfare for the Common Man, and the baby.
What made her go?
I don't know, she may have eloped with the editor of the Bill Troy.
Who's he?
Yes, well, Failing that, I repeat, what can I do for you?
Well, if we could help in any way.
Help?
After last night, the soup doll,
Oh no, that's all cleaned up, thank you.
I didn't mean that.
You didn't?
I meant help, you know.
That's very nice of you.
I just thought that if you and William were going to be working together, that we ought...
We ought to be able to get together, right?
Right! William always said...
Where is he?
Excuse me?
William, where is he?
Oh,
He knows you're here, doesn't he?
well,
He doesn't.
no. This was my idea. William always says I'm too retiring, that I must get interested and talk to people, because talking to people is essential. If you're going to have people come over and drink martinis and things, you must be able to converse with them. So I thought perhaps the first thing to do is to get to know Terry and you, talk over problems, that sort of thing. Just generally sort of help. Because that's what we're on this earth for, isn't it?
Good point.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Yes, well, there's a broom in the kitchen closet, and I think you'll find the mop right next to it.
What?
No, I'll tell you what. Let's not take advantage of friendship. $2 an hour and $3 if you're using the vacuum cleaner, because that's pretty heavy.
I may come back.
Sit down.
No, I really must be...
Sit down.
Don't you think you could talk to me the way you talk to Terry?
I wouldn't dream of it. Look, I'd hate you going away thinking I'm ungrateful. I'm not. Come on, buck up. I'll go put on a shirt, and you can make a coffee, and we'll sit down here and talk about my marriage. How would you like that?
No.
There's no pleasing you, is there? Then we'll talk about your problems.
I don't have any problems.
That's all right. We'll invent some. This should be fun.
Well, I must be...
Take the coffee. You may find a cup in the drain board if you dig deep enough.
Bob! Bob!
Well, this is very unexpected, Terry.
Yes, I know that.
No, a pleasure, a pleasure. Baby will be all right in his, what do you call that thing?
Porta-pram.
Porta-pram. He looks all sweet, snug, tucked in. Gucci, Gucci, goo.
Oh, please don't do that. Let him sleep. It must have been the bus ride. As soon as we got on, he dropped off.
Dropped off?
To sleep.
Oh. Please, sit down.
Thanks.
Can I get you some coffee?
No, thank you.
Then what can I do for you?
I was on the bus, you see.
Where are you? Nothing like a bus ride on a Saturday morning.
I was on my way to my mother's.
Why are you? Wonderful the way you young people communicate with your parents.
I thought I must talk to someone, anyone. And then the bus passed your street and I thought of you. So I got off.
Glad you did. Glad you did. Though your mother will be disappointed. What did you with old Bob? Send him on ahead?
I've left him, Frank.
Where?
We've separated. At least I have.
You're kidding. You're pulling my leg. This is shocking news, Terry. Absolutely shocking. I don't say. For heaven's sake.
I don't know who this other woman is, but...
Woman?
He's got another woman.
Another woman? You have no idea who she is, I guess.
No idea.
The owner will be shattered, you know.
Will she?
Oh yeah, she's terribly fond of both of you.
So I'm being boringly conventional and running home to mother.
You'll be alright with her, won't you?
I doubt it. We'll be at each other's throats in 5 minutes. She really prefers Bob. I'm too much like my father.
Well, I'd talk to him then.
No. He left us in 1963.
Listen, Terry, are you absolutely sure about this?
Yes, he left us 18 years ago.
No. I mean, you and Bob, you're such a cute little couple. Cute little apartment, cute little baby, your whole future in front of you. Oh, I know we all make jokes about Bob being the office Romeo.
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh, no, men's jokes, nothing serious.
This is serious.
Yes. Listen, Terry, are you absolutely sure of your facts? Do you have any concrete evidence?
Yes. Staying out till all hours of the morning.
Well, that isn't really evidence. I mean, take me for instance. I could say, where on earth is Fiona at the moment? And the answer would be, I haven't the slightest idea. But I certainly don't imagine she's in bed with the fellow next door. She's probably at the hairdresser's.
She doesn't stay at the hairdresser's until 3 o'clock in the morning, does she?
No, I don't think she does.
Well then.
She has been out that late, though.
Has she?
Not often, but occasionally. But why? When was it? Only the other day. Last wedding anniversary. Wednesday. She was out for all hours.
Wednesday?
Yes, Wednesday. Really very late.
Wednesday.
But it's not me you want to talk about. It's your problems we're concerned with.
Wednesday.
Tell you what, I'll talk to Bob. See if I can get to the bottom of it. He'll have to listen to me.
Yes!
Yes, I'll read him the riot.
Oh, no!
No? Oh well. Second thoughts are often best. Listen, are you sure I can't get you anything to drink?
No, thank you.
Tea? Coffee? It's all ready. I just made it.
Yes, please.
You will?
Yes, please. Oh, yes.
Yes. Black or cream?
Black, please.
Right. Coffee?
Yes, please.
Right.
What are you doing?
Oh, just tidying up.
Where's my coffee?
You won't get any if you talk like that.
Look, would you mind leaving my house alone?
Don't be silly.
You're a homewrecker. That's what you are.
You don't want a dirty house, do you?
Why not?
Well, it's dirty.
Look, would you make the goddamn coffee?
You are very, very, very rude. I don't know how Terry puts up with you.
Ah!
Hello, Terry. How are you?
Oh, quite well.
I wondered what that squirming lump was in the hall. It's your baby, isn't it? Probably. Sweet. That's an adorable stroller.
It's actually a porta-pram.
Oh, is that what it is? It's lovely. Sweetie, you won't mind me saying so, but it appears as if he's drooled just a teeny bit on the carpet.
Oh dear.
Doesn't matter as long as he's all right. It's a dull carpet anyway. Probably brighten it up.
Ah, Fiona. Thank God you're here. Get ready to brace yourself.
Why?
Terry's dropped a bombshell.
Has she?
Bob's got another woman.
Another one?
An affair, darling. A love affair.
Oh! Well, I'm absolutely amazed.
They've split up.
Really?
Terry's walked out.
I can't believe you do that.
No. Well, I haven't, actually.
Haven't, but I thought you said.
I've been thinking it over. You were absolutely right.
Was I? Oh, good.
After all, we keep saying it's a love affair, but it probably wasn't anything of the sort.
Right.
Right.
Knowing Bob, it was more likely some rich old bag he decided to take out just for laughs.
Rich old bag, yes.
Thank you, Frank. You've been a big help.
Not at all. Least I could do.
Well, I've got to run. Bye then.
Bye.
Sorry about all this mess.
Perfectly all right.
You won't mind if I leave you to clean it up, will you?
Darling, what's going on?
Just a second. This needs a little more thought.
Oh. Darling, I bought that dress, by the way.
Right.
It looks simply ghastly on.
Good.
But I bought it anyway.
Great.
Everything all right?
Fine.
Bob, here it is.
Oh, bless this house, oh Lord, we pray. Now my wife has gone away.
Hello?
Hello? Who's this?
Hello?
Hello, hello.
Mr. Phillips' residence.
Who's this then? The maid?
No, it's me.
Who's me?
Mary Detweiler.
Mary Detweiler?
I think Mr. Phillips is in the bathroom right now.
Mary Detweiler.
Who is this?
What are you doing?
When?
Doing there. What are you doing there?
Dusting.
What?
Dusting. Housework and things.
My God.
Could you tell me who's calling?
Let me talk to Bob, please.
I think he's just finished getting dressed.
God in heaven.
Could you tell me who's calling?
What?
Could you tell me your name?
No, wrong number. Sorry, wrong number.
Can I give him any message?
No.
Who shall I say phoned?
Mr. Portercrown. I'll call back. Bye. Good grief.
Who was that?
Mr. Portram, I think he said.
What did he want?
He said he'd call back.
Never heard of him. Could be my wife's lawyer, or even the editor of the Village Voice.
Hello? William Detweiler? Frank Foster here. Yes, good morning to you. Hope I haven't caught you in the middle of anything. Oh, cleaning your gutters, were you? Wish I could say the same here. Listen, William, Mary isn't there with you, is she? No, it doesn't matter. You wouldn't happen to know where she is, would you? No, I don't want to talk to her. I was just wondering if you knew where she was, that's all. Yes, probably off walking somewhere, yes. Listen, William, something's cropped up here in the kitchen. You wouldn't happen to know anything about drain traps, would you? They seem to be clogged up. Would you? That's very nice. Sorry to interrupt your gutter work, but I'd be about 5 minutes? Great. Bye. Disastrous.
I think that's rather brutal, darling.
Absolutely disastrous.
What if I cut off some of the fridge?
At this rate, my whole department gets splintered into a dozen pieces. I mean, you've heard of the Permissive Society. You don't expect to find it running rampant in your own department. I don't know what's gotten into all of them.
I don't know what you're talking about, darling.
All of them. The whole lot. You included. My God, you're not going out again, are you?
I thought I'd take this off since you don't like it.
I have a little matter to discuss with you.
Really?
Yes. Please sit down.
Darling, don't start getting all paternal.
Sit down. I think you owe me an explanation.
Well, I really do
Wednesday
have a
night.
lot. Wednesday night?
Last Wednesday night.
Yes.
Where were you?
I told
You
you.
told me you were out with Mary Detweiler.
Did I?
Yes, point one, and I tended to overlook it at the time. However, when the Detweilers were over here last Thursday, I brought up the so-called meeting to Mary. She did not know anything about it.
Didn't she?
No, as I said, I then let the whole thing drop.
That was very decent of you, darling.
However, and this is point two, after Terry left this morning, I phoned Bob Phillips. And now I know it's all very clear to me. Now I know what it was you were trying to keep from me about Wednesday night, and it's a very serious matter.
I see.
Frankly, I'm very disappointed in you, dear.
I suppose you must be.
Why I should conspire to conceal such sordid business from me, deliberately covering up and rather badly at that.
I thought you might be hurt, I suppose.
Well, I am. I am hurt. You've got a label hanging on you, did you know? I am very hurt.
Yes, darling.
We should be able to share these things together.
Share them?
These intimacies?
It's not usual, surely.
I know, you women, thick as thieves. Well, I'll go put some hands on.
What do you want me to do?
You? You're dressed already as war, aren't you?
No, I mean about us.
Us? I don't follow you. Make us some more coffee if you like. That'd be a help.
Oh, Lord.
Hello, Terry.
Jesus, what are you doing here? For heaven's sake, are you doing day work now?
I thought I might be able to help.
Help?
After last night, the soup and all.
Well, I see. That's very nice of you. I wouldn't do any more, though. This place is a job for life. Jesus, who messed this up?
Oh, I think I just straightened.
Oh no, they're all mixed up now.
I'm sorry, have I...
It's just, I had them all sorted out, you see, honey? They're all my newspaper clippings I clip out from the papers. I had birth control, famine relief, and chemical warfare all in separate piles. And now they're all jumbled together.
I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, Jesus, all my letters are in here too.
Letters?
Copies of the ones I sent to the editor of The Voice, that's all.
Oh.
Hello? Pervert!
Well, well, well.
Hello?
Forget something?
No.
Oh, thought you might have dropped by for your alimony.
You know, deep down, you're really rotten, aren't you?
You would know.
Yes, I'm the one that knows.
Where's Benji?
Asleep.
Oh, come here then.
Oh, no.
Come here.
No! You come here.
You stupid bitch!
Dirty bastard! Honey, you won't wake Benjamin, will you?
I came as quickly as I could. This will do the trick.
Oh,
Have you fixed up in no time?
good, thank you. My husband won't be a minute.
Ah, coping with the emergency, is he?
Well, he's just putting on some trousers.
Oh, I see. Well, hope I haven't called at an inconvenient time.
No, not at all. Sit down, William.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you on behalf of myself and Mrs. Detweiler for a delightful dinner the other evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that's a very attractive dress, if I may say so.
Oh, do you think so? Thank you.
And brand new today, unless I'm very mistaken.
Yes.
I spotted the label.
Oh, yes.
Overlooked it, didn't you?
No, I left it on deliberately.
Oh?
I've tried the dress without, but I've come to the conclusion that I prefer it better with the label on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. I wonder if you could tell me something, William.
I'll try my best.
I want to ask you a question. It's purely theoretical, mind you. I just want to know how you'd react.
Okay, fire away.
If you found your wife had an affair with another man, how would you react?
What a question.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
I mean, Mary would never dream of it.
Of course not. I said it was theoretical.
I see. Well...
For instance, do you think you'd say, I'm rather disappointed in you. You might have shared it with me. Something like that?
No, I don't think I'd say that. Hit her, perhaps? I'm sorry I can't be more help. I haven't had any real experience in that kind of situation.
No, neither have I.
Hello there, William. Thanks for coming by.
I was just saying I came as soon as I could.
Glad you did. Glad you did. First, let's have a drink. Then we'll have to sit down and talk.
Yes, well, I'll just go upstairs, darling,
Oh
and...
no, sit down. We need you right here with us.
Well, I really...
Sit down. You've got to have a drink. We've all got to have a drink.
It's a little early, but...
I absolutely insist.
Thanks very much.
Now then, let's get down to cases. William.
Right, train trap.
What?
The one I came over to look at.
Oh, that drain trap. That's the first thing, William.
What is?
There is no drain trap.
But I thought.
I'm afraid you thought incorrectly. The drain trap was just an excuse to get you to come over here.
Why?
Darling, what's going on?
Please. I'm afraid that what I have to say may come as somewhat of a shock to you, William. I'm sorry to say that my wife has been deceiving me. And I've asked her so she can tell you about the whole story and affair herself from start to finish.
You can't be serious. You expect me to sit here calmly and tell William everything. Is that what you're getting at?
That's the general idea, yes.
And just what you trying to do? Humiliate me?
Well, dear, William has the right to know.
William has the right to know. In that case, invite the mailman in. Invite the butcher. If you really want to humiliate me, why not make a real show of it?
What's the butcher got to do with it?
I think this is sinking very low. At least if you hit me, that showed you cared. Go on, hit me! Hit me!
What's gotten into you? Are you overheated from the hairdryer?
Don't try to buddy me!
Pardon me, I'm not sure.
The point is, William, my husband is trying to tell you in a rather sordid way about a very silly, very trivial love affair between Bob Phillips
And your wife, William, exactly. I think you could have put a little better than that, darling. I was trying to spare the man's feelings.
My wife?
Sorry, William, you had to find out sooner or later.
Darling, you mean Mary Detweiler.
Of course I mean Mary. He's only got one wife, hasn't he? I hope.
My wife and Bob Phillips?
Darling, you can't mean it. Bob Phillips and Mary Detweiler.
Mary Detweiler and Bob Phillips. I wish everyone wouldn't keep repeating the same damn thing.
I've never heard
Utterly
anything
ridiculous.
so absurd.
Yes, I know it must be quite a blow to you, William. I don't know why you're so surprised all of a sudden, darling. I mean, you've been covering up for the poor girl for the past 3 days.
Covering up?
Absolutely absurd.
Now, let's be completely fair about this, William. You haven't been exactly innocent yourself. There's so much that escapes me, so don't try to deny it. I know this is not the time to remind you of your own exploits in those boots. Boots? The ones you keep on top of the filing cabinet. I know all about those too, you see.
Those are my planning boots.
I don't care what you call them. I just want to deal perfectly calmly with the facts. Last Wednesday night, my wife returned home very late and informed me she'd been spending the evening with Mary. This, I have since discovered, was palpably untrue.
Darling, you've gotten hold of the most ridiculous.
May I just? The story was my wife's invention.
Was it, Mrs. Foster?
Well, in a way, yes, but
You see?
but I certainly wasn't covering up for Mary.
What other possible reason could you have had for concocting this story? Answer me that.
None at all.
Right, I'm afraid you've lost the ballgame, sweetheart.
But I can't see that proves.
I'm coming to that, William. This morning I had Teresa Phillips over here. She informed me she discovered her husband was having an affair. After she left, I phoned Bob Phillips. I spoke to your wife, William. She was in his house.
At Bob Phillips? What was she doing at Bob Phillips?
I'm trying to spell this out in words of one syllable for you, William. She answered the phone, pretending to be the maid or something. She informed me Phillips was upstairs. She claimed to be dusty. You can put whatever interpretation on that you want. But to me, it only pointed to one thing.
I can't believe this. My wife? Is this true, Mrs. Foster? Of course! That's what you were trying to tell me before your husband came in, wasn't it? How would you react, you said, if you found your wife had been unfaithful to you? And I said...
You hit her! Yes, I remember.
Yes, did I say that? Yes, that's right.
Easy now, fella.
Could I possibly have a drink, please?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. What would you like? A Bloody Mary? No.
William, I really would think before you do anything.
Do you realize, Mrs. Foster, the hours I've put into that woman? When I first met her, you know, she was nothing. Nothing at all. With my own hands, I built her up, encouraging her to join the Book of the Month Club. I introduced her towards the Concert Classics Records Club. I coaxed her, encouraged her to think, perhaps even bullied her. Some might say, thank you very much. Her taste in clothes was terrible. My own mother encouraged her towards adventurous cooking. Everything I've done, everything.
Good for you, cheers.
Hey, watch it.
And then a man like Phillips. Phillips can come along and, how dare he? How dare he?
It'd be a good idea if you stayed for lunch, William.
How dare he?
William, dear, do sit down.
How dare he?
Too late.
Now look what you've done. You realize that man is in an unbalanced state. At the mood he's in at the moment, he could shoot someone.
With a monkey wrench? You think that's possible? I'm talking about Phillips' warning.
They were perfectly fine until you started in on them.
Me?
Yes.
Come now, I really don't think you can go on blaming me for all of this.
I'm going to change. I'm getting out of this monstrosity.
Hello?
Hello. Oh, hello, this is Mr. Portapram, isn't it?
Is that you, Mary? Now.
I'm sorry, Mr. Portapram, but Mr. Phillips is in the bedroom
Mary!
right now. His wife is with them, so I don't want to disturb them.
The three of them. It's getting worse. Listen, Mary, this is Foster. Do you hear Foster?
Who?
Frank Foster.
Oh, I thought you were Mr.
Of course, but I'm not. I'm me. Now listen, Mary, you must hang up the phone and leave that house immediately. Do you understand?
Yes, but...
Don't argue, just do as you're told. But before you do that, go upstairs and tell Phillips to lock himself in that bedroom and stay there.
But I can't go in, he's with his wife.
This is a matter of life and death, woman. No, after you've done all that, you must hang up that phone and leave that house. But whatever you do, don't go to your home. Come to my house and run all the way, do you hear?
But I've got to get William's dinner. He gets really grumpy.
William is more than grumpy right now, Mary. He's married!
Oh, speak of the devil, Mr. Foster, here he is.
Take cover! Get down on the floor!
So, it's true, Mary! It's true!
What?
Mary, for heaven's sake!
I would never have believed this of you, Mary! I would never have believed it! How could you do this? How could you do this?
You're not upset that I came over here, are you, William?
Mary, get a hold of a blunt instrument!
Leave this house! Leave this house this instant!
But I'm on the telephone.
I warn you, Mary. I am very near violence. I have never struck or molested you since the day we were married. Even under these circumstances, I don't want to start. But I will, Mary. I will if you do not leave this house.
I only came over to help.
Help?
She's been having a love affair.
Who has?
Terry, with the man from the newspaper.
Oh my God, another one!
Just a minute, Mr. Foster.
Mary!
She writes to him. He's the editor of the Village Voice. Bob told me.
What a feeble, miserable story! You wanted slut!
Hello?
Look, I'd be grateful if you two would take your domestic quarrels somewhere else.
You swine, Phillips! You swine! That'll teach you!
William!
That'll teach you!
Hello?
Hello?
Get down on the floor, dear!
Darling, what's the matter?
No shots yet, thank God!
I warn you, if you get up, I'll hit you again, Phillips!
What the hell was that for?
William, are you alright?
Darling, are you alright?
I'm alright!
I'm alright!
I'm the only one in this house that is alright!
Oh.
Here, darling. Breathe, darling, breathe. Mary?
Fellow workers, members of my department, let's put our cards on the table.
Coffee?
Just one cup. Oh, thank you.
Darling, are you sure this is the right thing?
Absolutely.
But it really has nothing to do with us.
You're all members of my department. As such, I feel that they're physical and to a certain extent. Spiritual welfare are my concern.
Oh, darling, that's awfully pompous.
There's nothing pompous about human concern. Darling, I wonder if you'd mind not